welcome to Consciously Healthy. I'm Laura.
And I'm Claire.
And today we are covering infertility.
Ooh.
Yes, that was one of my topics that I chose. And I have experienced unexplained infertility, and I've helped a number of my clients work through both the nutritional and physical side effects of infertility and also the emotional side. So I wanted to look at both areas, hopefully, if we've got the time.
Great.
Any experience of infertility?
Not personally. I have a daughter. I found it very easy to fall pregnant. I was very blessed in that respect. It was the mothering that wasn't so great, but we'll cover that on another show.
Another podcast.
So, I mean, I have had clients with fertility issues, and it's such a painful to watch someone I can't speak. It's such a painful thing to watch someone go through.
Yeah, it really, really is. And let's talk about the emotional side of it first, because so we have the 30 as women, we have our 30-day or 28-day cycle, and this was my experience as well as I've seen it with other women, is that when your cycle begins, there is the hope, and then there is the ovulation, and then there is still the hope, and then there's the hanging on to that hope, looking for signs that pregnancy has happened. And then there is the bleed if pregnancy hasn't happened. And that can be so crushing for so many women and men, actually. I want to look at this from both sides, because it's, yes, the woman is the focus because she is the one who is trying to fall pregnant, but it is both partners that are experiencing this. And I know that when I was going through my infertility experience, I would have to spend a day just blocking the world out and really going into the emotion. And the disappointment actually is probably the hardest emotion to deal with when it comes to infertility, is the disappointment. And I would say with the emotional roller coaster, women say to me that the hardest part of it is watching their friends and their families falling pregnant, having babies, having families, and feeling like they're missing out. And it can really, really help to find women who are also experiencing what you're experiencing, because it can be really isolating going through something like fertility. And I really recommend getting some kind of support. So, I went to an acupuncturist, and I also went to a counsellor. And so each cycle of each disappointment that I went through, and oh God, there was such a mix of emotion. I was so angry at the universe, and I was so fearful that it wouldn't happen for me, and so much pressure that I was putting on it. And it was really great to have a space to be able to deal with the emotions of that. Is there anything else you wanted to add to emotional sides when it comes to infertility?
No, absolutely. I mean, I think, some of the clients that I've worked with infertility, it's like there is nothing else in their world apart from this. It's like this obsession, like the Holy Grail. And I mean, I really understand that. But what I often try and do is, it's like a lot of women happiness load. I will be happy when I feel pregnant. I will, and it's like the way that I try and work with it is to break it down, to look at, well, how can we, support you being happy now so that having a baby is the icing on the cake? What is it in your life that has to change? And I've literally had clients saying, I need to change career, I need to, radical changes. I'm going to move, I'm going to do this, because I was waiting until the baby came before I moved. I was waiting until I had a baby to have a year off because I hate my work so much. So it's like, I'm not saying that they don't want the baby and that's not valid. Absolutely far from it. But we're taking away the happiness loading on the baby and starting to make the changes now without using the baby as an excuse, so that already their lives are shifting. And I think it's that stagnation that a lot of women struggle with, this kind of endless cycle, being on a treadmill, never getting anywhere. And so when they start to make changes, so it might be the change of job, the change of home, the this, the that, the other, change of partner in some cases, actually they feel like they're moving forward. And that in itself is so psychologically rewarding. Healing. Yeah.
One of the questions I really like to ask clients is, what will a baby give you? And that's quite a large question to sit with. And I've had women say, it will give me unconditional love. So then there's the opportunity of discovering that unconditional love within yourself. I've had another client say that it's going to give me a family, and family gives me connection. So, okay, let's go deeper into what connection means to you and how we can get connection in your life. So that when, we never know what's going to happen with fertility. And yes, they might fall pregnant. Yes, they might not. But it's being able to deal with whatever is going to happen with being able to hold yourself through it. And so these can be really, really important questions. And I know it's been a really big question of mine that I've really had to delve into. Okay, what is this baby going to give me? And how can I create that in my life elsewhere, so that if a baby doesn't arrive, then I don't feel like I've lost a part of myself.
Because it's so much pressure to put on another human being. Like, I know that human being is your child, but wow, that's a lot of pressure to put on a human being. And so being able to find that in yourself, then this baby can come along and it's just like a total bonus. And if not, then there's nothing missing. It's like, yeah, absolutely, I completely agree.
How are we doing for time?
We're good.
We're good? Okay, so looking at the nutritional side, so I did a lot of research into the kinds of ways that you can support the body if you are trying to fall pregnant from both the male and the female perspective. So looking at, both in the couple need to look at reducing alcohol intake, if not cutting it out entirely, because there is definitely a link between blood sugars in the endocrine system and the hormone system of fertility. It makes sense to stop smoking. There's been countless studies that have proved this link between infertility and smoking.
I'd also say sugar
and caffeine. And xenoestrogens, which tends to be anything like
chemicals from your skincare, from cleaning products, from plastics
and soy, GMO soy, removing that from your diet and cleaning your diet up, because it's really important for the body to have the right kind of vitamin and mineral levels, and proteins actually are a really important part of falling pregnant. So the big ones, particularly for sperm, so this was one of my speciality areas. Zinc is a biggie for sperm count. Vitamin A, we tend to recommend beta carotene in our clinic, which is the precursor to vitamin A, and that can be found in carrots, but you can also get supplements with it, carrots and other orangey, reddy kind of vegetables, beetroot as well. And vitamin A is for the production of sperm as well as the quantity of sperm. Selenium is a mineral that is important for sperm count. Vitamin C is great for sperm quality. And vitamin B as well. So we're looking at making sure that you're getting a real rich variety in your diet, because you need so many vitamins and minerals for a decent sperm count. And looking at the flip side with the ovaries, things like CoQ10, if you are a slightly older mum-to-be or wanting to be a mum-to-be, then CoQ10 can help keep the ovaries nice and soft. So then they're more receptive to the sperm. Looking at fat content, so you're looking at introducing really good fats into your diet, so oils, omegas, avocados. Fats are really important in fertility. Zinc for women as well. A telltale sign if you're low on zinc are the white dots that you can get on the nails. So looking out for those, if you're trying to fall pregnant, you've got the white dots on your nails, adding zinc into your diet could really help. But I would say that increasing vegetable intake, making sure you're getting good, decent proteins, making sure you're getting good fats, you're drinking water, and you're getting support with your emotions,
absolutely,
is a really great starter for 10 if you're on the fertility journey.
I remember reading an incredible article with a woman who, I think she was American, and she ran one of the most sort of famous fertility clinics. And she said when she first has a conversation with parents who are struggling to fall pregnant, she says, I want you to go away, if they try and book in, I want you to go away for a year, and I want you to seriously change your diet, get a whole load of sleep, don't go out socialising, radically change your stress levels. You know, if you need to change job, just completely change all of that. And then I want you to go and do some counselling around A, if I don't fall pregnant with IVF, and B, if I do fall pregnant with IVF, how am I ever going to cope with allowing that child to grow and leave the nest? Because, these people have often been in this cycle for 10 years. And so there is something that's so difficult often about the transition of allowing that child to grow and leave. And I really loved what she said. Before just jumping on the medical bandwagon, go and do all of this, because you're going to struggle to get pregnant without this.
Love it.
Yeah, really
Love
good.
it. That's really, really great.
Loved listening to you talking about that. That was fantastic.
Oh, good. Thank you. It was a pleasure. So if you want to hear more of this kind of thing about health and emotion, then subscribe here at Consciously Healthy, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.